Imo State, actually the three states are very violent,
Volatile. Yes.
volatile in terms
Pre-election
of
violence. Very.
exactly. So now that he's making these promises, he didn't tell us, of course, we don't need to know how he's going to achieve that. But the concern here is this. If we are looking at this to be something that everyone should be part of in terms of getting involved properly, do you think they have informed the people enough? This meeting took place in Abuja in his office. There wouldn't be security issues without the people or those who are perpetrating it for the political parties. So do you think they have done enough to sensitize the people and that they are going to deliver?
I mean, that's a good one. But let me foundation about state approach. Apart from the independent national establishment as an independent agency of government, coordinates, manage, and conduct elections. We have two critical stakeholders: security and, of course, the people. Now, the National Security Advisor, I believe, was point of that sector, that aspect of the stakeholder process, security. So I wonder to what extent it can actually assure Nigerians that these three states of circle elections to be free, fair, and credible. Free, fair, and credible, I believe, only to the extent of assured security, because it's not in any way, in any place, to assure Nigerians with respect to performance and function of INEC. When it talks about non-interference, then it should mean that nobody is expected to interfere process of conducting election by INEC in terms of their own responsibility. Having said that, then we would hold the National Security Advisor and every head of security agencies, particularly the police, because the Electoral Act recognizes the police, and then the other agency that is named to work with the National Security and Civil Defense Corps. So the military, not named there at all, but they provide external distant like in terms of security. Now, the pre-election crisis have become really manifest in these three states. One would have expected what the security agencies are doing at the moment. And then one would have expected what the National Security Advisor had directed all security heads with respect to the crisis in KOGI state, in Bayelsa state, and then in Imo state. Pre-election. Yes, he's talked about the election will be free and fair and credible. That will be during election. There are three levels or stages of electoral violence, like pre-election violence, during election violence, and post-election violence. Post-election, people reacting to the outcome of election, especially when they are dissatisfied that it's not credible and that it didn't represent their mandate and then their interest. So those protests lead to post-election violence. During election violence will be those criminal conducts and behaviors that are abhorred by the Electoral Act from about section 212 to 229, that you not conduct yourself in such a manner that will threaten peace at time of election and election, such as vote by ballot box stuffing, actual conducts, violent conducts, thuggery, and all. Now, you talked about sensitization. The responsibility of, let's say, to educate the electorate, right, is that of the political parties. Political parties created in our constitution to sponsor candidates for elections. Primarily, that's the only reason, the only mandate political parties in the country. And then they have in their constitutions, and then their extended responsibility to educate them, because it's believed that all the candidates in the election, or even the forthcoming election, have been sponsored by political parties. So it's their members that actually drive the process, and then they canvass for votes from non-partisan Nigerians. So their responsibility to educate the people is number one. Then the commission, that I mean Independent National Electoral Commission, has a responsibility for voter education, continuous responsibility. And then the security agencies have a responsibility to also educate Nigerians with respect to security matters during elections, but before elections, during elections, and post-election. Now, the National Security Advisor, I believe, had that meeting. These heads of institutions and agencies of government critical stakeholders in the electoral process. I don't know whether the leadership of the political parties were present in the meeting, but indeed should have been to enjoin them, go and educate them, lighten them, like give them security tips and then direction and education with respect to security protection. But more than that, how has INEC repented? In fact, it's even interesting to hear that the National Security Advisor is saying that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is enjoining INEC to conduct the emphasis, credible emphasis, and free, fair, and fair emphasis. When we just had election in 2022 and 2023, issues that arose, right? That's the preparations for the 2020 election from 2022, and then the actual election, and then all of the issues that came on, with Nigerians reacting to the conduct of the election by INEC in defiance or significant non-compliance with the provisions of the Constitution, the Electoral Act, and their own guidelines.